Welcome back to part 2. We're going to do the body for Lilo. Now, if you're having problems with bodies, you can just kind of make a general shape. Her body's kind of like this, but she does, as you're coming down, she's got this. So see how you start making that curve? When she gets down here, you have this line, and this is where her skirt is going to be. I think there's another line right here. So you have a line. You have another line here, and then this is going to curve, kind of go down, curve it over there. Then we got to come up, so there's going to be a line here, coming connecting to this, and right here is when you're going to have her arm down. That's where her hand is. Now, sort of a tip is draw a circle, and that would be where the hand would go. And then this is going to curve it like that, and then have a little thumb here. And then we'll have a little line coming out like that. She is human, so she does have 5 fingers. And there's her hand. Now this is going to come up like this. And then if you did the first tutorial, this is where we would connect her sleeve. Have another little line like that. Now you can put in her, I don't know if those are leaves or probably. So you can do this little area if you want. Or you can put her in a different dress. But this is like kind of her classic dress. There's a line here like that. There's one over here. And there's another line like that. And we come down here. And there's a line like that. And then we'll come up here. I'm just doing this real quick. Nothing too fancy. Just giving her and then another little line like that. There you go. Now we got to come down here and do her feet. And again, you can do the circle technique. Circle, coming off of that, we have this. She's wearing like slides or flip-flops. We'll have a little line here, another little line. 5 toes, 3, 4, and then 5. And then there's like, this kind of looks like this. Curve this around like that. And then go do it on the other side. You can make the circle if you want. I'm going very light on everything, so that's what you should be doing as well with your art. Don't press too hard down. Notice how I'm not pressing too hard down. Curve this. Toe. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There she is. Now up in this spot, you're going to have her other sleeve. Bring that out, and then we're going to curve this up. I'm going to make her hair a little bit longer so it looks right. And her arm is going to come up. There's a little curve in there. You see that little curve? And then we'll bring this up. Curve this, and then we'll go 1 with her finger coming off like that. She's just waving. 2 fingers 3, 4, curve that, and then put this little line up here. We'll curve this down there. There's her hand. And then we'll just bring a little, and then this line is gonna come like that. So there we go. Can kind of correct this line a little bit more. There we go. And there you have it. There's Lilo. The last thing I do on these things is I grab a blender and I blend. Well, she does have a little bit more hair coming down unless she just got a haircut. We'll curve this and we'll curve this, so connect that. And there she is. Lilo and Stitch. What I do next is I grab a blender and I blend all this in. I always put a little line in there. That gives a little bit of shading to her eyes. And then I blend all this in. I'm just darkening up her. I always do a little bit in the tongue too, like that. I blend this up just to make it look a little bit better. Oh, she does have a little line like this, a line like that in her face. And then this, blend all this up too. And like that. And this is where we're going to darken all this into. Looks like she's wearing like blue. I think these are blue down here. Darken all this up. Oh, I didn't do her. She does have a little like curve here for her dress and the rest of her neck. You can you can darken this under so it looks like, you know, her. And then down here is when I always do this darkening thing so it looks like she's, or any character is kind of looks like they're standing here, you know. You can do something like that, and then you can take your pencil again. Anyways, that's Lilo and Stitch. Watch the first part if you are just joining. The second part, there is a first part. I am going to put up a time lapse of this, so check that out in the shorts. We can put a little lighting up here on her nose, but there's a last thing you would do is just sign that in your name. 2026. Ohana means family. Nobody gets left behind. So here we go. There's our Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. Watch my other tutorials and then join us over on Udemy where I have a bunch of other courses where you can learn how to draw other characters. And I do have a lot of tutorials here on YouTube. We'll keep doing these. Love to hear from you how you did on this tutorial. Go watch the first part to this, so we did the face in the first part, so that is currently up. And then you can color her if you want to color her. This is red, that's white, and then her skin's a little darker. So there she is, Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. If you want to give this to somebody, gift it to them if they're a fan of Lilo and Stitch. If you need to erase, you can erase these. Some people like to see those lines, though. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.